Hey, seriously, how's it going? Really, how is it going? I think this is a good time to read the room, ask yourself some questions like, did you start the thing? Did you? Did you start the thing? Maybe you wanted to start a new side hustle, make some money to fund your retirement, wanted to learn a new instrument or a new language. Did you start the thing that you said you wanted to start? Or maybe you want to end something. Maybe you should quit something. How's that working out for you? I have been asking myself a question that I think is going to be helpful for you too. So grab a pen and a notepad and jot some things down as we go along because here's the question. What's holding you back? Hey, thanks for dropping by my channel. At this little corner of the universe, I am passionate about anything to do with starting over. And the best thing about starting over is you can do it no matter where you're at. You can just make the choice that you want to start again. And that has been my journey. So I like to think I have a few tips and tools and little ways that I've been learning over the past couple of years that are helping me make a new choice. Because isn't that really what it's all about? We have to make a new choice. And a lot of times we don't make the choice and we don't stop and get into the self reflection. So that's what I love about this question. What is holding you back? When you think first about what's holding you back, you're going to probably think about some internal, because a lot of it is our mind, right? It's all a mind game. So you might be thinking, "Oh, it's all in my mind." But I got to tell you with this one, there are external reasons, external things that are indeed holding you back, and you can make some changes also with your external environment. So when I was thinking about it, I thought, what would be a good example on something I wanted to start or to quit? And it led me straight to when I was quitting smoking. When you're trying to start or stop anything, fear of failure, right? Huge fear of failure. I remember at that time thinking, I can't take one more failure. I can't take it. Can't do it. I don't want it. I'm afraid also failure, fear of failure, I believe, is also linked really, really closely with judgment from others. Because every time you fail, then you kind of say, well, I thought I could, but then I didn't. And now I feel like I'm getting judged, and I just want to sit in a dark room by myself and not have to even confess it, right? So if you've ever told anybody what you want to start or what you want to quit, then your feel of failure is pretty closely tied in with the judgment of others. Another thing that could be holding you back is wishful thinking. Oh, I am so good at wishful thinking. Oh, maybe next month I'm going to have more time. Next month things are going to be different. I'm going to be able to do it because da 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 da. But also, wishful thinking is hoping for a different outcome without taking different action. And it's so simple and so true and so silly that we have to look each other in the eyeballs and say, I can't believe it, but I am kind of stuck in wishful thinking. Or if it's not wishful thinking, you could be playing the blame game. Maybe you are unable to start or stop something is because you believe somebody else is in the way of it happening. And that is a really common place that we have look at. We've all been there, right? I have definitely been there. And sometimes it's just easier to blame somebody else. And if you have somebody else that you think is in your way, it makes it so much easier to procrastinate, right? And what does perfectionism do? Perfectionism, I kind of look at it now because it's a way of delaying, because you got to cross every T dot every I. You don't have to take action until you believe it's perfect. So really all you're doing is procrastinating. So I want to talk about, and this is why I thought the quitting smoking would be a really good example, because it's going to bring in some of the external factors. But if we're going to stay with the internal, which is all inwards, it's all in our mind. I had a pretty big fear of failure because I had tried to quit and I couldn't quit. I would start and then I would not make it and I would beat myself up. And when you start or stop anything in the beginning, you're on such a high. It feels so good. It's like your New Year's resolutions. It feels so great for the first couple of weeks when you're kind of riding that high. You think you've got the momentum. And then what creeps in? Self doubt, negative beliefs, limiting beliefs, things that maybe we should have brought into light before we started. But I want to talk about a bit of self reflection when it comes to this fear of failure. Here's like, if I would look, it's easy for me now in hindsight, but it's helped me a lot looking forward too. Every time I failed to quit smoking, there was a richness just waiting for me to discover. There were so many lessons. I actually had learned something every single time. But because I was kind of wallowing in the failure and didn't want to, because I'm ashamed, right? Shame. We all know the shame spiral. It's easier to just go right back into your comfort behavior. Forget about it. I'll try another time. But actually, after the very last time I failed, I thought to myself, I am never doing this again. I'm never trying it again. I give up on that aspect of my life. I will give into it. That's how deeply I was letting this shame spiral control everything I was doing. So, what did I do? I finally realized I could look at my fear of failure and I could go back and review what did I know about my past failures, because every single time you fail, there's a lesson, right? It sounds crazy, but it's actually uniquely your lesson. It's all yours. It's all you. You will discover things about yourself that probably nobody else knows, and they might think they know, but they're not you. You know you. So you might have come to some discoveries about your failure that is like, okay, well, now that I know that, next time I can be prepared for it. Next time I'll make sure that's not an obstacle I have to overcome. I now know what is laying in my way that's going to trip me up so I can prepare for it. So I want to tell you, when I quit successfully for the last time, because I had failed so many times, I had it all laid out. I knew exactly what to do. And I had read Alan Carr's The Easy Way to Quit Smoking and failed. Like, people who had read it, they said, you can't fail. I read it and I failed. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to read it again. I'm going to give this another shot. I'm going to start putting into place all of the things that I know will help me be successful. And because I had failed so many times, when I did my last and final attempt to quit smoking, not only did I quit smoking, it was easy. I'm not kidding you. It was so easy. I can't even now, when I look back on it or when I talk about it, it was like the easiest thing I'd ever done. And the reason it was so easy is because I knew exactly what I was going in for. I knew how to preempt every single obstacle that would be in my way. I knew how to deal with the self-doubt. I knew how to deal with the little demons that would say, forget it, who cares? I knew it. But what I want to talk about here is the external aspect of that, because it wasn't just my own mind chatter that was holding me back. When you want to make a change, you have to get out of your like literal comfort zone. So you have like simple inertia because you're so deep into your comfort zone. Why would you make any changes, right? If you have a look around your environment, what is it in your environment that's making it hard for you to move forward, right? Is there something in your environment holding you back? Because I know we talk about the mindset all the time, but there are things in your environment that are holding you back, and they're sneaky. You're not even realizing what it is. So for example, one of the things was I would sit in a chair. That was my smoking chair outside on the back deck. And I would have red wine and my cigarette. It was like the reward at the end of a day. And nothing is to come between me and this reward. So, what's the first thing I did? I started disconnecting from the external things that I viewed as a reward or where I always did something. I did not sit in that chair. Of course, I stopped drinking first. I did not attempt to keep all of my same behaviors, and I broke all of the associations in my external environment. It it was so easy. I can't. And actually, I still don't sit in that chair. So, I mean, there is that. I don't sit in that chair anymore. I'm long since I don't smoke anymore, and I just stopped sitting in that chair. I could probably just move the chair around so it's not on this patio. I could move it to a different one. Something breaking the association. But another example is like, for instance, right now I'm in the middle of a water fast. What's in my external environment that could trip me up? Well, there's all of these goodies and treats laying around. They're not anymore. They're not anymore. They're gone. So there's no chocolates on the shelf. There's nothing except for what I want surrounding me. Also, I am pet sitting. So I'm in a completely new environment. This is one of my favorite ways to start something or try something new. If you, like, let's say you have got a friend who's going out of town, tell them you'll house sit or pet sit for them, and leave your family, leave them. Say, I'm out of here. I'm going to go and I'm going to try my own silent meditation retreat. I'm going to try this. I want to break a habit, or I want to start something new. I want to immerse myself into something that will be a reward for me. And if you can get into a completely different environment and it's an easy thing to do it. It's amazing. It's fantastic because all of those distractions are gone. Your family distraction, people distractions, your environment distractions, everything is different. Even better if you can get rid of your social media distractions, right? All of these things, if you can do it, do it. Now, while you're on this journey, I must say another big holdup that holds us back is comparing ourselves to others, right? That is total death knell of any idea. If you have something that you're nurturing and nourishing and it's an idea, but then you start to look around and see if anybody else is doing it, you're going to find somebody else doing it. You're going to think they're doing it better than you. You're going to think, I've got nothing else of value to add. If it's a book, if it doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter, podcast, video, whatever it is, do not only don't compare yourself, don't even look for the other people doing it. I definitely did not start looking for videos on this topic I'm talking about now, because then I'd say it's already been done. But am I sharing my own unique perspective on it? Are you going to get any value from this and having this chat with me? Well, I hope so. I think the biggest thing is how do we reframe the thing that's holding you back? What is holding you back is going to be probably different from some of the things that are holding me back. But if you can take the time and ask yourself these questions, and just that one, what is holding me back? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you ask yourself that question? If you get real with yourself, what's holding me back? The answer is right there. It's so close. And once you write that one down and explore it a little, then more things will come up. And then you can kind of have a look around and say, what do I need to change? Because it's easy to make those changes. It's easy. External changes that we ignore are probably the easiest changes to make because it helps you make a better choice. And if you don't want to see something, put it away. You don't have to, then it's gone. Out of sight, out of mind. Love that one, right? So it doesn't matter what you want to do. Do the self-reflection like we're doing right now. Reframe it. Start looking at your past failures or your comparison. Start looking at it. What are the lessons in here for me? Because, oh boy, you are the most you of you. There's nobody else like you. So you can have a bit of fun with doing your own deep dive into your own psyche, your own intuition. You already know what's holding you back. So have fun with that. And then, of course, Do you have somebody that you can talk it through with? Because having support is great, right? Anytime you can change your own environment. That's why retreats are so helpful, right? When people go, I'm going on a retreat, it's mostly because it's plucking you out of your life. You are being sent somewhere that has nothing familiar around you. So it enables your mind to open up a little more. And of course, the number one thing you need to do after you discover what's holding me back, what choice can I make differently, and then take action, right? Take action. Forget about all of the other things holding you back. Do one thing, and this is my goal for the next month. Every single day, I'm going to take one small action. You know, we talk about 1% improvement. One small action that my future self is going to thank me for. And I'd love it if you did it too. I would love it if you would share with us if you know right away what it is, like what action you want to start taking. If you want to share what you already know is holding you back, that would be fantastic. And of course, I'm a small new channel. So of course, if you subscribe, I'd love it. And I do love reading your comments and responding. And I will see you in the next video.